Here we go, Will Burge alongside Nick Nutter, and this time it's for the vacant Bantamweight title in the Rocktagon Elite Series. Hussein Hmood in the white trunks with the black trim, and Branden Seyler in the all-white trunks. And right away, fireworks and Branden Seyler.
Branden Seyler is throwing bombs, and I've been looking forward to this. I've been handicapping these fights for about a week, and the rest of the card is amazing. You know, Branden Seyler, wow, what a great, that would be called like a Metzger, and he goes right into a submission off of it.
Oh,
he's going to get the takedown, and Hussein's is definitely feeling this on his neck. Now, luckily for Hussein, his lower back's not carrying all the weight, and Branden doesn't look like he's putting too much effort into it. Because what you got to worry about, an inexperienced fighter right now would squeeze his ass off and make his arms tired. But Branden knows he's probably not going to get it. So what he's going to do is make Hussein tired right
And just
here.
let your body weight do the work. Branden Seyler, 6-1 in his MMA career. Hussein Hmood, 5-3. Both these guys pretty well set to go pro. They want a fight like this to set it up, though. And Seyler will not let go of that neck. He is cranking it.
And you know what's awesome is they're both so quick and fast. You know, when Seyler, when he was getting ready to slam, he got his feet down and look at the reversal and right back into a submission. These guys are pro level fighting for an amateur title, and we're just lucky to see this.
Once again, Branden Seyler on the bottom, but cranking the neck of Hussein Hmood. And Seyler is so dangerous. On the feet, on the mat, it doesn't matter. He can knock you out standing up or he can submit you on the ground. Hussein Hmood, boxing / wrestling, so he's comfortable down here as well. And now posturing up in the guard and dropping some right hands and a big one.
That was a big one, and it landed on the chin. Seyler's doing a good job of tangling him up here, moving, scooting his hips, and now he just got out.
And this is just a clinic. Big knee and a right hand counter there from Branden Seyler. Both these guys very dangerous.
And these guys are pro level fighting for an amateur title. We're really lucky here at Rocktagon MMA to be able to see this stuff. You know, what you got to watch out for, Hussein has got a big overhand right that can put a lot of people to sleep. I'd say one of Hussein's biggest weaknesses is he's a little vulnerable to some submissions. I know that his losses have come from rear naked chokes, and what happens is it's just a scramble that happens so fast because these guys are so athletic and so fast. He'll, you know, and these guys can slap a rear naked on that quick.
And there we go, Seyler back into side control. If you're asking yourself, why is the title vacant? Didn't Seyler win it? He did. He used to hold the Bantamweight title. Was taken away from him, failed to report for a fight, and now he's back out here fighting for it again for what's rightfully his. He feels Hussein Hmood has something to say about that. They're on the mat, and there's 10 seconds left in round number 1 of this title fight.
And this one is way too close to call. I'm glad I'm not a judge right now.
Round number 2 of a scheduled 3-round Rocktagon Elite Series Bantamweight Championship.
Fight this close is acting confident. And if you show confidence, like, hey, that's what I plan on doing this round, you could win a round just by showing, you know, it's almost a psychological thing, showing confidence. And Hmood is, that landed, and Hmood has got a chin.
Because he didn't even budge.
He didn't budge.
Hmood in the all-white trunks, Seyler in the white with the black trim and print, and Seyler right back on top again. This is where he spent most of the first round as well. If not on top, hanging in the air and cranking the neck of Hussein Hmood.
Yeah, and Seyler's slowly working him down, and Hmood's got to get that arm out. He's got it, okay, and he did get his arm out, but it was like a Rocky movie.
And there it goes again.
I know with the lighting and everything, when Hmood got hit with that right hand, we saw the just because of the lighting, the way it worked out, we saw it looked like a movie, but Hmood, like you said, did not budge. He's got a chin.
And how about Seyler here using the right leg to hold down the arm and then trying to instill punishment with his left hand, and he's using the cage as his friend. Right now he essentially has 3 arms, and Hussein now using his feet to flip out of it, and does.
Look at the athleticism. Look at the athleticism, strength, power, speed. These guys are these are the best amateurs in probably the country at this weight class, and I wouldn't say it's a shame they're not getting paid for this, because they're definitely putting on a show for us. We're seeing technique from both of them that far outweighs their amateur status.
Once again, Seyler with the takedown into the guard, was trying to get the back of Hmood, didn't get it, still staying in the guard, and now using the left hand Victor Ventresca telling him they got to have some action or he's going to stand him back up. And that's what a good referee does. When things get stale, he knows the crowd wants action, he gets them back on their feet.
Action, action, we want action.
And at 135 pounds, there should be a lot of action.
There is, and you know what? We're getting spoiled because these guys are going at it all the time, and it's such a technical fight. Seyler is so good on top, and one mistake from Hmood, Seyler will put you to sleep or break your arm. And Hmood's doing a great job, and he's using his power. He's a little taller, and right now with the up kicks, and Seyler just improved his position on the side of the fence. But as you guys can see right now, Hmood is using the cage and wrapping his legs up, and he's walking up that cage. And what that does is it's going to allow him, with his big, strong legs, is to do an explosive move here and get out.
Branden Seyler in side control, but has his arm and his head trapped. Hmood really not in too much danger here.
This is called a knee mount, which isn't used that often in MMA anymore. Back in the earlier days, a knee mount is hard because what you do is you put your knee in their stomach and you can land punches, and the guy has a hard time breathing.
Here we go, standing him back up. Victor Ventresca getting the action back on the feet. Both swings and misses from both combatants in the cage, and that'll do it for round number 2. We're heading to the final round of the vacant Bantamweight title fight.
Bantamweight Championship.
Seyler's been here before. He's owned the title. He's been in title fights. This is the round that makes or breaks a champion.
And a big left hand from Hmood.
Dropped him.
Hit him with the right-left combo. The left hand square on the chin.
Right on the button.
And now Seyler in a position he hasn't been in all fight long, and that's on the bottom.
On the bottom and not in a good position. He's got a half guard, and he would rather be in a full guard. But right now, it's Seyler's round. He's losing the round right off the bat from 1, getting taken down, and 2, by a strike. So it's like a double whammy. You can get taken down and give up a point or so in the ref's eyes, but when you get dropped from a punch, it's like a double point.
Yeah, you have to earn that round back, essentially, and now Seyler on the bottom is Hmood going to work in the guard, peppering the rib cage with the left hand, trying to posture up. If he's able to create a little bit of room, he might be able to do some damage. Right hand there, but I gotta say, Seyler does such a good job of just sticking to
watch
the
the arm bar.
glue.
Oh gosh, Hmood's too smart for an arm bar. He got his arm out of there, but Seyler is making Hmood work on top. Hmood cannot put his aggressive punches down right now because Seyler's always throwing a submission attempt on him, which makes you a little hesitant to rain down the thunder, if you will.
And Victor Ventresca, our referee, is going to stand them up, even though Hmood was peppering the rib cage with some pretty good shots. Knows what the crowd wants to see, knows it's a title fight, it belongs on its feet, and that's where we're at. We're winding this thing down. Someone's going to leave with some hardware. Will it be Branden Seyler? Will it be Hussein Hmood? Somebody's going to leave here with the title, and they're just trading leg kicks now.
They are trading leg kicks, and what you notice is Seyler's got his right hand up because you know he was hurt by that straight left hand.
He just caught another right hand there in the exchange, and now Seyler wants to get it back to the mat where he's comfortable.
Absolutely. He needs to get a takedown right now to equalize the round. And there was a nice slam takedown. It just looks good in the referee's eyes. Like you said, you think Seyler won the first round. I definitely think Seyler won the second round. Hmood came out and probably started winning the third round, and Seyler slowly turning the tides here in the third round into his favor.
Now in a half guard goes Seyler. Hmood stuck up against the cage right where Seyler wants him, and Seyler now wrap it around to the arm and the neck, and he's going to fall back and crank it.
Yeah, he gave up a dominant position to go for a submission.
It's where he's comfortable. Hmood trying to pepper the rib cage of Seyler, weaken the arm strength. They're in round number 3. So tough to keep your grip when you're this far into a round.
Absolutely. And me personally, I would not have given up a dominant position of being on top to go for a submission. But, Seyler's so confident with his submissions that he can go ahead and do that.
5 seconds left to determine the title. Who's it going to be? Round number 3 was about even again. Round number 1 was even. It just depends on who they give those two, because round number 2 probably went to Seyler.
The final bell has rung, and your judges have spoken. Judge Phil Rogers scores it 29-28 for Seyler. Judge Carlos Larson scores it 29-29, a draw. And Judge Andrew Atkins scores it 29-28 for your winner by majority decision, and the new Rocktagon MMA Bantamweight champion, Branden Soku Seyler.